let's try and make this one less boring. Pixar and Disney's new release films posted on Cartoon Brew a few days ago. This is working out really well. Wall-E, yes, looking forward to that one a lot. That trailer looks wonderful, and I think it's really good that they're making something told without any or with very little dialogue, because I guess because that's something that animation does, you know, really well. And some of the Brad Bird films, although they're really good, people have criticised them, saying, it's just like a live-action film, what's the point of it being animated? And this will, and then this is a very animation-y idea, you know, just telling stuff with mime, and I think that'll prove that they're into animation as its own, you know, the medium, and they're not trying to bridge gaps between it and live action or anything like that. Okay, so that's good news, that one there. Bolt. Not into that. It might be a good film. I can't really tell. I mean, this description here just sounds like a bunch of other films stuck together. And I don't know. I'm such a Chris Sanders fan. I really am. I read his webcomic religiously. I've seen Lilo and Stitch many, many times. And I don't know, his version of this film, American Dog, it just looked... Yeah, American Dog. I always get confused because of Family Dog and American Dad and... Anyway, yeah, it looked really cool. There were really cool paintings and stuff he'd done, and John Lasseter, big fat John Lasseter, pointed his big fat John Lasseter finger and said, "I don't like it, you're fired," and I was devastated, and that's 2 strikes for John Lasseter, okay? He fucked up the Spirited Away dub, and he fired Chris Sanders, okay? 3, and he's officially no longer a person I admire, and that will probably break his heart, or the cholesterol will, the fat bastard. He's not that fat anymore. Oh well, I'm gonna call him a fat bastard anyway. John Lasseter, you're a fat bastard. Okay. Tinkerbell the movie. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that. Up. Yeah, I saw a picture from that somewhere. I can't remember where. I think it's gonna be... Is it gonna be 2D? Probably not. That was just a concept drawing. But anyway, there was a guy opening a window, seeing planes. Pretty Miyazaki-esque. That's an impossible word to say. It's a fairly Miyazaki-like image, I guess. So that's good, because it's like, then here's Wall-E, you know, with its no dialogue, you know, and its simple little storyline about, well, a simple adventure storyline with a background of sci-fi nastiness, which I like a lot. That's another thing I like about that idea. And then there's this, you know, probably going to be like a sensitive, complex film about an old man who likes aeroplanes, something like that. And yeah, so they're covering the whole spectrum there. The whole spectrum. Pixar, they go everywhere. Covering everything. They're great. I love Pixar. Toy Story in 3D. I've got nothing against that. Why not? Princess and the Frog. This one seems pretty interesting. It's the... What's this here? Yeah, it's set in New Orleans, which I think is very... It's going to be a traditional Disney film, but it's going to be set in New Orleans, and therefore be incredibly hip. So, I don't think that's a bad idea. I guess it depends on how they pull it off. Insert Hurricane Katrina joke here. Okay, Tinkerbell, north of Neverland. Okay. Toy Story 2 in 3D. Does that really count as a... It's not really a new film, is it? It's a... No, it isn't. No. Toy Story 3. Gosh. I heard somewhere that it had the same plot as Brave Little Toaster, which seems a bit odd for for such innovators. But I don't know. They wouldn't fuck it up. It's such a precious franchise, and they already scrapped one version for not being good enough. So I refuse to believe that could go wrong. I mean, I have no idea what you could do for a third Toy Story movie. I mean, I don't envy the people who have to... Well, I do envy them because they're probably very rich and very talented. But, yeah, I have no idea what you could do for a third Toy Story film. But, they'll come up with something. You know these guys. Rapunzel! Directed by Glenn Keane. Glenn Keane. The more I name drop Glenn Keane, the more knowledgeable about animation I appear to be. What did he do again? I have no idea. I can't remember. Something. Some animated character, no doubt. Yep. Glenn Keane. Woo. It's, I think the original idea for this was he was actually gonna... The entire film was gonna be done with, oil pastels or something. And they thought that was too expensive. So now they're doing it in CG and then putting a filter on it to make it look like it was painted, which apparently looks great. So I guess we don't need paint anymore. Paint factories probably damage the environment anyway, so I guess it's good news for everyone. Tinkerbell, A Midsummer Storm. I like the premise of this one quite a lot. Tinkerbell takes a photo of a fairy and then have to stop the photo getting out, and revealing the existence of fairies. Sounds a bit like the premise to the film Road Trip. Anyway, I don't think Tom Green's going to be in it. Good if he was. Newt. Oh, this is a great premise. It's yeah. What happens when the last remaining male and female blue-footed newts on the planet are forced together by science to save the species, and they can't stand each other? That's fantastic. And it's really, it's kind of like, it's a children's version of Knocked Up. It's absolutely brilliant. That's why people's Pixar are the best. The Bear and the Bow. Directed by Brenda Chapman, who apparently did something on The Prince of Egypt. Oh, and The Lion King. And, yep, it's good. The rugged and mythic Scotland is the setting for The Bear and the Bow. The impetuous, tangle-haired Merida, though a daughter of royalty, would make Mark as a great archer. This is good because it's about time Pixar made a film with a female protagonist, because it was turning into a bit of a sausage fest. Assuming they have sausages on those models. I mean, they are pretty big on detail. So yeah, that should be good. Tinkerbell, A Winter Story. The fourth, as yet untold story of Tinkerbell and her fairy friends will take place in winter, completing the cycle of the seasons. They don't have a story for that. Cars 2. All the world's a racetrack as racing superstar Lightning McQueen zooms back into action with his best friend Mater in tow to take on the globe's fastest and finest in this thrilling, high-octane new installment of the Cars saga. Mater and McQueen will need their passports as they find themselves in a new world of intrigue, thrills, and fast-paced comedic escapades around the globe. Cars 2 is being directed by Brad Lewis, producer of the Oscar-winning film Ratatouille. They don't have a story for that either. It's just coming up with stuff off the top of their head there. Does Cars really need a sequel? I mean, I liked Cars. Some people didn't. I thought it was good. It wouldn't be my first choice for a sequel. King of the Elves. Legendary storyteller Philip K. Dick's short story, his only experiment in the fantasy genre, becomes the basis for this fantastic and imaginative tale about an average man living in the Mississippi Delta, whose reluctant actions to help a desperate band of elves leads them to name him their new king. Joining the innocent and endangered elves as they attempt to escape from an evil and menacing troll, their unlikely new leader finds himself caught on a journey filled with unimaginable dangers and a chance to bring real meaning back to his own life. See, I'm not sure Philip K. Dick really works outside the sci-fi genre, but check out this idea, okay? King of the Cyber-Elves, okay? An average Cyberman living in Cyber, Mississippi, whose reluctant cyber actions to help a desperate band of Cyber-Elves leads them to name him their new Cyber King, joining the innocent and cyber-endangered Cyber-Elves as they cyber-attempt to escape from a cyber-evil and cyber-menacing cyber-troll. Their unlikely new cyber-leader finds himself cyber-caught on a cyber journey filled with unimaginable cyber dangers and a cyber chance to bring cyber-real, cyber-meaning, cyber back to his own cyber life. Cyber. That is a film. Oh, look at that, I read the whole list. Okay, that probably wasn't any better than the last one. Bye-bye!